Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I'll be talking about Premier League Match Week 19 Part 2. So honestly, this is not a Premier League Match Week 19 video. It is actually the games that we actually missed out early in the season, or the games which were postponed. So I'm gonna talk about those games in this video. West Ham versus West Brom is the first game, and this is gonna be a great game because both of these teams are coming off a win last week. West Ham did beat Burnley 1-0. I will say that was a really good performance because first half West Ham were really good in terms of attacking, and in second half defensively they were very organized and they did counter attack really well. So I do think this team is in good form and they were consistent this season. On the other hand, for West Brom, I really thought that Big Sam coming into West Brom might not benefit them, and I thought he won't get settled. But they did beat Wolves 3-2, and it was kind of a surprise defeat, I should say, because I really thought Wolves will beat them, but well, West Brom did play well and they were really brave. So I think this game is going to be a brilliant game to watch. Big Sam will have to ask his boys to take an early lead. If they can take an early lead, I think they will have something to defend and I think they will perform better. But if West Ham score first, I think it will be difficult for West Brom to come back because we all know that West Ham defensively, they've been playing well this season. In the last two Premier League games, they got two clean sheets. So I do think this team is in good form. It is going to be a tight game, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for West Ham. All the respect to Big Sam, but I think West Ham is performing well. It's going to be a tight game, but I think West Ham will get the job done. Leicester City versus Chelsea. I think this is going to be a very important game, and this game might tell us that who will finish top 4 this season. I know the top 6 battle is wide open this season. There are many teams, and for also for top 4, because Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal, Everton, Southampton, Leicester City, you can throw anyone in the top 4 battle because it is really wide open at the moment. So I think this is going to be a tight season for top 4 as well. And for this game, Leicester City, they've been performing well. They're unbeaten in the last 6 games, including a win in FA Cup. On the other hand, for Chelsea, in their last 5 Premier League matches, they got 7 points. And in their last 4 Premier League matches, they got 4 points. So it is kind of disappointing form line. And if you look at their last 4 Premier League matches, I do think there are a lot of question mark. Against Fulham, I thought Fulham were actually going to hold on for a draw or stuff like that. But Chelsea were lucky enough that Fulham got a red card and Fulham really had to sit back. And I was kind of disappointed with the Chelsea attack. I thought they should have at least scored 2 goals in that game when Fulham got a red card, and Fulham did play well. And I don't know who to blame for Chelsea. Is it a team or is it the tactics and stuff? But I think this is going to be a tight game. Lampard will have to come up with something, and he will have to put on a great show. And I think even getting a point out of this game, Chelsea will be happy and Lampard will be happy. And I think this is going to be a tight game. This game can go either way, but I'm going to play safe. I'm going to go with Chelsea 1, Leicester City 1. Manchester City versus Aston Villa. This game was supposed to be played on Premier League Match Week 1, but it was postponed. So now we're going to play this game. I think this is going to be a one-sided game because Manchester City in the last 15 matches, they're unbeaten. So I can say that Pep team is really picking up and they are getting dangerous game by game. We saw against Crystal Palace, they were brilliant. They scored 4 goals. For Aston Villa, I think they were performing well, but I think COVID-19 might affect this team a little bit too much compared to Manchester City or any other team, because Aston Villa, they are in a decent position. Like in 15 games, they got 26 points. They are in a decent position, but I think they will have to sneak in a lot of matches. Like they are 3 match weeks behind, so they will have to surely sneak in a lot of matches, and I am kind of scared that it might be a little bit too much for this team in terms of match fitness and everything. So it is going to be a tough game. It is going to be their first game after their COVID-19 issue in the squad, and I think they might be a little bit raw for this game. So I'm going to go with Manchester City 2, Aston Villa 0. Fulham versus Manchester United. I think this is going to be a really good game to watch. Fulham in the last 6 Premier League matches, they've only lost once, and it was against Chelsea because they got a red card and with the scoreline of 1-0 only. So I do think it was a good performance from them. On the other hand, for Manchester United, they are a brilliant away team this season. They played 9 matches away. They won 7 times and drew twice. It was against Leicester City and Liverpool. So I can say their away record is really good. And compared to Fulham, I do think Fulham, they've been performing well since they changed their tactics, or I should say the formation. But I think against Manchester United will be a little bit tough because Manchester United this season they've been playing some decent football, and the strikers are really quick in terms of counter attack. And I do think if Fulham are a little bit sloppy at the back, they can end up getting behind or something like that. So from a prediction, I'm gonna go with a tight game. I'm gonna go with Manchester United 2, Fulham 1. But it's going to be a brilliant game to watch, and I'm pretty sure Fulham will give Manchester United a great fight. Burnley versus Liverpool, this is going to be a great game to watch. Liverpool in the last 3 Premier League matches, they got no goal. On the other hand, Burnley in the last 4 Premier League matches, they only got 1 goal. So I do think both of these teams are struggling in terms of scoring goals. But in terms of making chances, I do think both of these teams has been performing really well. Because for Liverpool, they've been making a lot of chances, but they were just unlucky. Against Newcastle, they were dominating possession, but still they couldn't find the ball back in the net. Against Southampton, Liverpool made a lot of chances, and again, they couldn't score a goal. Against Manchester United, they were brilliant. There were some good chances, but still they couldn't score a goal. On the other hand, for Burnley, against West Ham, they were creating a lot of chances. Against Man United, they were creating a lot of chances. Against Leeds United, they were creating a lot of chances, but they couldn't find the ball back in the net. So it's going to be a really interesting game, and I'm going to go with a low-scoring game because both of these teams are not scoring goals this season. So I'm going to go with a low-scoring Liverpool 1, Burnley 0. Aston Villa versus Newcastle. This is going to be an important game for both of these teams. So before I talk about their recent form line, now let's talk about the mentality toward this game. For Aston Villa, so imagine if they lose against Manchester City, they will be down in terms of confidence, but they will be confident because Newcastle, they've been struggling this season, so they're going to tell themselves we have to win this game. For Newcastle on the other hand, they know Villa have COVID-19 issue, and Newcastle personally, they know they've been not performing well this season, and they are kind of in the relegation area because Burnley, Fulham, Brighton, they have some momentum, also West Brom. So therefore the relegation battle is wide open. So Newcastle will be telling themselves we have to pick up ourselves from this game onward. For Villa form line, I really cannot say anything, but they do have a lot of quality, so I think the quality will be a little bit too good. For Newcastle, I did predict them to win against Sheffield United, but they were just, I don't know what to say, because they were just sitting back and just relying on Sheffield United to do something or make a mistake and stuff. Defensively, I think they did perform well, but second half, they literally didn't have any momentum because they got a red card, and because of that, they were just complete mess. So the next game is against Arsenal actually, and I did predict them to lose that game. And if they actually do lose that game, I think they will have to come up with something against Villa. Because if they don't, I think they are really a relegation candidate as well. So from a prediction, I'm going to go with Aston Villa 2, Newcastle 0. So that's the end for Premier League Match Week 19 prediction part 2. If you guys did enjoy, please give a big thumbs up. And remember to subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys very soon.